think I said this, but does spelling count?
Yes.
Hell yes. Okay, so now we look at some epithelial slides. Okay, what organ? Kidney. What organ system?
Urinary.
Urinary. Cell type?
Squamous.
Squamous. Cell arrangement?
Simple.
Simple. What's the function of simple squamous in this organ? Filtration. No, this is a connective tissue, sorry. Thought we were done with them, but we're not. Okay. Name 2 words that name that connective tissue. And notice in here, in the non-living matrix, you don't see any fibers. 2 words that name this. What's this?
Is that an
Lacuna. Okay. No fibers. It's clear. Hyaline cartilage. Non-living matrix is chondroitin. Okay. Lacuna, what do we find inside the lacuna is chondrocyte. Now I'm going to go to the next one because it shows a little bit better. This is still hyaline cartilage. This is out of your trachea. What's this? What's that? What do we call that? On your diagram, when I drew it up here on the board, I had a name for that. Perichondrium. Okay, now notice, okay, the perichondrium is fibrous tissue. Loose or dense? Dense. Regular or irregular?
regular?
Regular. Okay. In some cases, not in the trachea, in some cases, this will become bone. If this was the costal cartilages, at some time this becomes bone. What does the perichondrium become? If this turns to bone, this becomes the periosteum. One more time, what's that? What's that in the field of view?
The Haversian
Haversian system or an osteon. This running right down the middle is a
Haversian canal.
Haversian canal or whatever. You can see the ring here. You can see the ring here. Lamella. That's a lacuna with a osteocyte. Those little canals are canaliculi. Now, like I said, some of these slides are better than others. I was in here and sometimes I take them, sometimes they turn out, and sometimes they don't. What organ?
Kidney.
Kidney. How do you know?
Glomularis.
All the glomeruli there. What organ system?
Urinary.
Same thing, we just did that. Actually, the other one was a little bit better picture than that. Now remember, when we do the practicals, I'm going to show you the best picture I can. Doesn't do you any good or me any good to show you the worst pictures. Now there's an example of an extremely bad picture. What organ?
It's a gland.
What organ? Thyroid gland. Okay. How do you know it's the thyroid gland?
So the hormone.
All the hormones in the free space. What organ system? Endocrine. What organ? And if you look at somewhere, if you look in your lab manual on page 70, this looks suspiciously like the one that's on page 70, right? Okay, now a couple things. What organ is it?
Lungs.
Lung. What organ system?
Respiratory.
Respiratory. All these round structures are
Alveoli.
alveoli. Now, what you've got to be careful of here, as I know some of you are sitting there thinking, that could be adipose. Okay? But if you look, if you get it on high power, remember that adipocytes are, each one of these are single. These whole things are what? Are multicellular. Where you have that cell, what's the cell type? Squamous. Cell arrangement?
Simple.
Simple. Okay. What's the function of simple squamous in this organ?
Absorption.
Diffusion of gases.
Diffusion.
Remember, oxygen does what? You want oxygen to go from a higher concentration to a lower. You want carbon dioxide to go from a higher to a lower. Now, if you look in here, and I think I probably better, there's these guys. This is one there. In here, all what type of fibers are in there?
Elastin?
No. While you're sitting here on your gluteus, what do you want to happen? And your diaphragm contracts, air comes in, and what do the alveoli do? Expand. When your diaphragm relaxes, how do you get air out? Those elastic fibers push air out. Okay? You only use your muscles in forced expiration. The diaphragm contracts, air goes in, diaphragm relaxes, pushes air out. Okay, what's emphysema? Emphysema is where people lose the elastic fibers, primarily brought about by smoking, where they do what? Diaphragm contracts, air comes in, diaphragm relaxes. People with emphysema can't get it out. Okay? I've seen emphysemiacs that chronic that can't blow out a match. Consequently, when you see them, what do they look like? What's their body type? They say that they're barrel-chested. Actually, it's not barrel-chested, it's their chest and their abdomen that are huge because they've got to use all of that to contract to get the air out.
Didn't you say earlier, though, that elastic fibers stay pink?
No, black. Dark. Like this guy up there.
And collagen fibers.